Hi and a very good day. So in this video session, I will discuss about forecasting technique. Okay, so since that our subject is about time series analysis and forecasting, okay, I will explain this part first. Because of what? When you are the one who applies the models and you are the one who take the responsibility of what you project, okay, you will known as forecaster. So to be a good forecaster, you need to understand that even to arrive at the value that you predicted, okay, they have several stages. They have several steps that you need to take before you arrive to that conclusion. Okay, for this particular for this video, okay, I will explain about forecasting technique. Okay, forecasting technique mainly divide into two types: qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so what is qualitative? Okay, qualitative technique is useful when the available data are insufficient. Okay, and it is subjective in nature. As example, now during this pandemic, okay, COVID-19, suppose that we are interested to study about housing price. Okay, you are interested to know whether housing price will go up or down during and after pandemic. But unfortunately, we have insufficient data. Okay, this pandemic occur during this year. What we have, okay, we only have 6 months of data to project maybe the next 6 months or the next year, the next 12 months and so on. So what we do, okay, we try to find an expert about this particular subject and we ask him, okay, rather than is it the housing price will go up or down? Okay, when you look at this situation, is it the price will go up or down? You ask the person. Okay, so because after that he will give his judgment. Okay, so what are this judgment? It is his personal opinion, okay, based on uh, what his experience. So because of that, it belongs to qualitative techniques. So the main weakness of qualitative techniques is we cannot assess the level of accuracy, okay, because it based on human judgment. And also different kind of background will give different opinion, especially if they have different politics background or different field of study and so on. Okay, so example of qualitative technique, okay, this is examples. Okay, Delphi method, panel's opinion, okay, salesperson and market survey. Right, next type of focusing technique that I will discuss is quantitative. And for the rest of this semester, I will discuss about quantitative technique. Okay, compares to qualitative, it is objective in nature. And when we talking about quantitative techniques, okay, we will have what we call it as mathematical model. Okay, so when we have mathematical model, there are there is theory behind that. Okay, and depending on how many variables that you want to study, okay, it will affect your model's complexity. Okay, and we mainly divide quantitative technique into two, okay, which is projective or causal. Okay, the key words for projective is it compromise single variables. Okay, we project the value based on the characteristic of a single variable historical data. And then we say that the characteristic of the data will continue into the future. So that's projective in nature. While for causal method, it involves the construction of multiple variables. Where it terms as regression technique. As example, for housing price that we discussed before this. To project the housing price for projective method, you only need the data of housing price only. But for causal method, you need to study what are the factors that contribute to increasing or lowering the housing price. It might be household income, the consumer price index, as example, GDP, the gross domestic product, and so on. Right. So this is categorization of forecasting models. For this time series analysis and forecasting. So what you learn. So since that I say we will focus on quantitative models. We will have non-causal, the projective part, and causal model. So what you learn, moving average, exponential smoothing, box yanking, stack space, not spectral analysis pun you will not include in our syllabus. For causal model, linear regression, and conometric models, and not ANNs, is beyond our syllabus. Alright. So there will be issues when you formulating quantitative models. First issue, accuracy of forecast. Accuracy is highly related to the cost that you need to consider. Because sometimes complex models will need more data. When you need more data, it means that you increase your cost to build the model. Even sometimes this particular issue, when you accuracy of forecast also affect your decision later on. Suppose that you give an inaccurate forecast, what happen? Your organization might face financial loss because of the wrong projection value. And then determine the forecast horizon. Different situation might have different forecast horizon. We have long-term forecast, we have medium-term forecast, short-term forecast, immediate-term forecast. And it depends on what is to be forecasted. Even availability of data itself is related to this forecast horizon. Because we have to determine, suppose that you want to do medium term forecast between 6 months to 2 years ahead. So how many data that you need? Is it monthly data, daily data, quarterly data? It depends on the forecast horizon. So you have to consider this first before you proceed with forecasting. Change in technology. Control versus uncontrolled environment. If it related to authority, sometimes it is hard to forecast. You need to understand the levels of authoritative involvement in things that you're interested to study. Dissemination of forecast. How widely that information can be obtained by peoples. More common information, it means that we reduce the data, our decision our decision advantage, and so on. Elastic versus inelastic demand. What are the difference between what we want to focus, necessity things versus luxury items and so on. Okay, even the level of sensitivity that affects, as example, okay, how household income and maybe what is necessity as example, uh, okay, clothes clothes prices, okay, what are, rather than rather than or we can see as example car, what the types of car, different type of car, okay, luxury car and so on, is an it is not sensitive to projection and so on. Okay, this is example. Aggregated versus individual selection, okay, and so on. Okay, you can read. Alright, this is factors to be considered for successful forecasting practices. I'll just summarize. Okay, first, time frame, choice of technique, cost consideration, level of accuracy, availability of data, and model complexity. Okay, this is the factors that you need to consider before you implement any forecasting technique. Okay, so I think that's all for brief explanation about what is forecasting technique. Okay, you can read more using your textbook. Okay, I think that's all for my video presentation. Thank you for listening. Bye.